Hello, and welcome to E2E's Business Unusual, a video content series for and by the SME community. I'm your host, Fergus Mellon, and today we're joined by Robert Kilgour, founder and executive chairman of Renaissance Care, as well as co-founder and non-executive director of NW Systems Group. Robert, it's great to have you here, and please, to get the ball rolling, can you give us an overview of your business?
Thank you, Fergus. It's a pleasure to share some thoughts and experiences with my fellow entrepreneurs who are going through the same crisis situation across so many sectors as I am and my employees are currently. I was in the hotel business initially and then started Four Seasons Healthcare in 1988 and opened my first care home in 1989, May 1989. And by 2000, the spring of 2000, when I left the company, I built it up and we had 101 care homes UK-wide and 6,500 employees. And I vowed never to have another care home again, and did my 3 years pursuing other business interests as part of my severance agreement on leaving. And then in 2004, actually missing the care home business. It is a people business, the care home business, not just the staff, but the residents and the relatives. And I really missed that and went back into it in 2004 and founded Renaissance Care.
And obviously kind of care homes have been in the news. And when you and I spoke last week, you were saying you've been doing kind of a lot of interviews. But how have your employees fared? How is your business doing?
The employees that come in every day are very brave, as well as hardworking. They're very brave. Some are doing double shifts. We've had one do a triple shift. Some have moved in to one of our particular care homes. They're not currently living in, but they did last week. And I'm really quite humbled and inspired. I'm very proud of what my brave and hardworking staff in Renaissance Care and across all care homes and the social care sector UK-wide are doing at the moment. It's very much, social care is very much a Cinderella service. I've felt for many years, having been in it for nearly 32 years. And I do feel that they have proven themselves to be an amazing workforce and very dedicated and brave. And I just hope, I haven't seen the evidence of it so far, but I hope that governments, both national and regional and local, do appreciate what social care workers have been doing, as if we do get through, as we will get through this, and when we do get through this, it will be because of key workers and largely lower paid key workers in sectors like social care. They will be why we get through this.
Interesting. Thank you. And you mentioned that change regarding key workers and how we think of them. Do you think as well more broadly that because government and taxpayer is providing kind of more help to business, there will also be a shift in what taxpayers and what government expects of business?
For social care, for care homes, government support has been incredibly lacking. I mean, when you consider that social care and care homes been one of the few sectors that have not only remained fully operating throughout this crisis, but actually are the new front line, as opposed to the NHS, against COVID-19. It is quite amazing how little financial support that government, local, regional and national, have given to the care home sector when you consider what a critical and important job that they're currently doing.
Just to hear this, obviously it sounds, well, I'd say all of us who are impacted by this, it's stressful and a sudden change, but particularly for someone in your position and obviously the people you work with, it sounds very difficult. And here we're conscious of, at E2E, conscious of the mental health impact. Being an entrepreneur, being a founder, being a leader isn't easy at the best of times, but right now, very difficult.
This is a really, really tough time to be an entrepreneur. I know that we're meant to be people who look at things as glass half full, whereas my finance director, who's not an entrepreneur, that's for sure, looks at things glass half empty and prepares for the worst and hopes for the best. But yes, entrepreneurs are by their nature tend to be positive. I think they probably need to be to survive. Is to look at the positive. So it is very worrying. I was asked recently about the 5 stages of grief. What sort of phase did I think that I was in? Certainly, as you can probably tell by what I've said to date in this interview, that I'm still at the stage of anger, and I'm really I'm not despairing. I'm just angry, and I will continue to be Mr. Angry until I feel that government are doing as much for the social care sector, who are doing an amazing job across the UK, and government are just not appreciating it, and they're not making sure, the Chancellor or government centrally or the Scottish government or the Welsh government, making sure that finances are getting through the system from central government to local authorities.
Just broadening this a bit, one of the takeaways that I've got is, again, this stress, but no option but to keep going, and the resilience. For other entrepreneurs who may or may not be operating right now, how are you are there things you're doing to preserve, again, your mental health, sanity, to be able to keep moving forward, that would be helpful for them?
Well, I'm not going out for a walk, as I'm not doing my hours exercise a day, which I should be doing, I know, but you start off every day meaning to. I do go out in a small balcony we've got and get fresh air once a day, but I should do more exercise. No, I admit I'm not sleeping great, but really, what I'm trying to do is support my brave and hardworking frontline staff in any and every way that I can, and compared, any lack of sleep or difficulties that I might have in my, if you like, comfortable position in my home, is nothing compared to what they're doing day in and day out, and I just can't praise their dedication. An amazing job that they're doing, too much. It's just it's just so humbling and inspiring. The anger, actually, I mentioned anger earlier. Anger is keeping me going through being tired and exhausted a lot of the time. Once we see a bit of light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully in a few weeks' time, then I'll probably collapse and catch up on sleep.
Normally, when I ask this question, I'm asking a company leader, a founder, how they're keeping remote employees engaged and motivated, and the team spirit. With you, obviously, it's very different with care homes, and you've said, it's coming through the respect you have for the team. Are there things that you're doing? Normally, I ask to keep people motivated and keep the team spirit alive. But I don't know, that's certainly not the right question here, but in order to show support for them and to keep them moving along, how are you managing that?
As far as our team, I mean, we've had quite sort of Dunkirk spirit involved. I think we've had staff driving around picking up masks and PPE from opticians, dentists, nail salons, construction companies, to supplement any that we've been able to get from the Scottish Government. And also we do have a WhatsApp group for our 15 managers and senior team, but we actually have a WhatsApp group for all staff, which we've got over 500 now of our staff from memory that are now members of this. Actually, that's the WhatsApp group is for senior managers and care home managers. The Facebook page is for all our staff, and that posts good news stories about what some of the residents are up to. We had quite a viral experience recently where one of our residents, Percy Mann, at one of our care homes in Glasgow, who's 102, he's had millions of views of him dancing, doing a dance routine with two of our carers. And he's been on This Morning, he's been on STV, BBC News, and all over the internet, showing that, and that's one of the key things that our staff have been focusing on, is the residents in care homes watch TV, they listen to the radio, and one of the key things our staff have been focusing on is keeping their spirits up. And that's something which has been quite a key job, as well as keeping them safe and social distancing as much as possible, although with dementia patients it's incredibly difficult to do that, has been keeping their spirits up and also keeping the team spirit going. And some of the, it's little things like sending out Easter eggs, sending out tubs of hand cream to the care homes, doing thank you messages from myself and the senior management team. There's a lot that we've been doing to try and keep their spirits up. But they're a pretty positive bunch. I mean, some of them have been bringing in, and some of the staff, the managers have told me it's the quiet ones that have been doing this, bringing in a guitar, because obviously we've not had entertainers coming into the care homes as usual. But staff have been bringing in guitars and other musical instruments and doing sing-songs with residents and keeping their spirits up. And some of that has been posted not just on our Facebook page, but also on our wider social network. And it's been really trying to keep spirits up and keep going. And technology, I mean, that's one of the things that's actually, it's one of the things that we've realized we're not very good at is the technology side. And certainly, if there was one thing that we were not well prepared for this pandemic with COVID-19 was the use of technology, working remotely, all that kind of thing. And it's something which we have already started to put in place. We've moved, for example, to, I think they're fully installed now. They were, I think, finished yesterday, is Microsoft Teams, which I understand from my senior staff has been hugely beneficial. It's the only, and we certainly have found that the age and quality of our laptops, people are working in head office, were working in head office, now are working remotely. The quality of their laptops, the software on them, the ability to work remotely and work with other head office staff remotely and with the care home managers and across 15, 16 sites, 15 care homes, one head office, has certainly been an eye-opener. And we already, funnily enough, we did have a proposal that came to our board in January, that it was priced and researched and quotes and everything to completely upgrade our technology system exactly how I've just been talking about. And we said this is a nice to have, but not an essential. We'll look at this again in 6 months' time. As soon as this crisis happened, we took it off the shelf, dusted it off, chose who we wanted to go to for the supply of all this, new servers, etc., and we've pressed a button on it, and it is completely installed now as of yesterday, I believe. All I have to do now is learn how to use it.
Just say, Robert, thank you very much for your time today. Really appreciate it, and obviously wish you and your team the very, very best of luck. Well, not luck, but very, very best over the coming weeks and months.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Fergus, and keep well and keep safe yourself.